Okay, good morning and welcome to NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Thursday, the 28th day of May in the year of our Lord 2020. Yesterday I talked of what the left was doing and how they're just going completely insane. Today, they are still going insane, but they are also conniving too. Mail-in voting is the big thing for them now, and already fraud is being found. Several from Oregon. There will be bodies piling up in the streets if we don't immediately shift to mail-in voting for November's general election, Democrats sob. Nope, sorry, not true. That's fake news. Ryan Westergaard, the chief medical officer at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, just made a statement which totally destroys the Democratic narrative. Now, that is in the second article I'm going to be reading about today. The first one is from Think Americana, and it is entitled More Voter Fraud in Oregon. Non-Citizen Steps Up to Expose Corrupt Practices. And this one was written by Troy Mullins on today, May 28th. Also in today's update from Right Wing News Hour is another from Wisconsin, where the chief medical officer of Wisconsin debunks the Democrats' claims. And now for what is going on from Think Americana. Now let's be clear now. Democrats are indeed trying to rig this election. That is a fact. Democratically controlled states are all trying to move toward voting by mail, but there is an agenda there, and it's not for the safety of the people. They're wanting to do it for control over the election because it's much easier to manipulate the ballots that way. Oregon has already been caught, not once but twice in a matter of months, trying to rig their election. First, they were caught changing the political party affiliation of hundreds or even thousands of voters. Residents are reporting that their party has changed without their permission. This is mostly happening to Republican voters by switching them to not affiliated. This prevents them from being able to vote for Republicans during the primary election. Then Oregon state officials completely denied this contrary to the testimonies of hundreds of Oregon residents, and have been enlisted to help from Facebook to cover up their voter fraud. Now, a non-citizen who is here legally stepped forward and provided proof that she was automatically registered to vote via the motor voter bill and vote by mail. Quote, I just want to highlight to American citizens this does happen. I don't know why there's this blind belief that it cannot happen. It does happen, and it happened to me. I'm here legally, but I'm not a citizen, unquote. So she sent an email asking how this happened, and this is the response she received. You were originally registered on 07/02/2016 by the Motor Voter Program. The Motor Voter Program is an automatic registration of voters who have obtained new or renewal Oregon driver's license. The Secretary of State sends a letter to a voter who can either select a party, opt out of registration, or not respond. If there is no response, the voter is registered after 22 days as a non-affiliated voter. They are automatically registering people to be voters. This is insane. This person isn't even a citizen of the United States, but they registered her anyway. And now from Right Wing News, infectious disease expert destroys Democrat mail-in voting narrative, dated yesterday. Democrats are desperate to gain every advantage they can, and there's no secret that they use every dirty election and voter fraud in their Saul Alinsky playbook at every twist and turn. Democrats would love to throw this year's election into chaos because their candidate does not stand a chance within an honest election. Liberals turn to the indigo blue state of Wisconsin to prove why nobody should be allowed to vote in person when it comes time to pick the president this year. Their mail-in voting scheme just exploded in their faces. 3 weeks after 413,000 Wisconsin voters braved limited social distancing to vote in person, the expected spike in COVID-19 cases has not happened. About 24 people may have been affected. Maybe. Nobody can say for sure, so they're afraid to even call it an uptick. Experts say they are cautious. A hard look at the numbers shows that an outbreak at a meat packing plant was a bigger contributor. Ryan Westergaard isn't afraid to go out on a limb. The Department of Health Services Chief Medical Officer insists that a link could not be established between the election and the very small number of cases that had developed among the 413,000 voters who showed up to the polls on April 7th. There you have it. Trump is right. With the data we have, we cannot prove an association. As much as they would love to, his colleague Ogaza Alagoz, an expert in infectious disease modeling at the University of Wisconsin, backs him up. I don't think that I don't think that the in-person election led to a major effect, he reports. And now to remove the liberal blindfold here, folks. It is like the non-citizen in my first story who is here legally said, quote, I just want to highlight to American citizens this does happen. I don't know why there's this blind belief it cannot happen. It does happen. It happened to me. I'm here legally, but I'm not a citizen, unquote. Folks, what we have here is a total failure to communicate, and it is by design. We have to realize this. It is by design. It is by design of the Democrat Party, who cannot figure out a way to legally beat President Trump in this upcoming election. So they are resorting to the only thing they seem to know anymore, cheating and breaking the laws of the land to win that election for them. By hook or by crook, they are already working on it. And if they get away with this, folks, mark my words, they will win this next election. Even if Trump gets a landslide win of votes and the winning amount of the Electoral College votes, I can still see Biden taking the White House after the election because of complete voter fraud that is already happening. If the American people continue to be the lemmings that they have been over the last few months because of this stupid coronavirus and allow vote by mail, we will see voter fraud like we have never seen before, and the winner of the election will not be the winner in the end. In the second article, the person who was quoted here is not just a layman, not just a normal know-nothing conservative. He is the infectious disease expert and the Department of Health Services Chief Medical Officer. You know, the ones that the left are always trying to quote. You have been warned. The scenario has already been put in place. And the more people follow the rules of this lockdown and stay put, the more we can be assured that the election fraud like we have never seen before will change this election. And if it happens and they get away with this, we might as well kiss our freedoms, our Constitution, and our liberties goodbye, because this is just the beginning. And never again will we have a free and fair election, and we will be overrun with demon brats who will be there for one thing and one thing only, and that will be to take all our rights away and make them the ones in charge. God bless America. God bless our troops. And as a friend of mine used to always say, we will not be ruled. This is Robert the Infidel Guardian reporting, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Have a good day.